So this is a part 6 video of the revision series. We are currently revising for GATE examination. So if you had applied for GATE examination in biotechnology or life sciences, this video will be really helpful. So today we are going to study about fermented food and the substrate used for fermentation and the microorganism involved in fermentation. First fermented food is curd. The substrate used for fermentation of curd is milk, and the microorganism responsible for fermentation is Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Lactobacillus cremoris and Lactococcus lactis. Sorry if I pronounce any word or any of the scientific name wrongly. Next fermented food is buttermilk, and the substrate used is again milk, and the microorganism responsible is Lactobacillus acidophilus and Lactobacillus cremoris. Next is yogurt. The substrate used for yogurt fermentation is again milk, and the microorganism responsible for fermentation is Lactobacillus thermophilus. And next thing is Lactobacillus bulgaris, and the substrate next thing is with regarding to cheese. For cheese fermentation, substrate used is casein protein of milk is used as a substrate, so please note that particular thing. And key microorganisms include Penicillium camemberti and Penicillium roqueforti. Next is Yakult, and Yakult or kefir are prebiotic food. Yakult it is from Japanese origin and generally employed for curing diarrhea and constipation. So both substrate used is milk. For Yakult fermentation, the microorganism used is Lactobacillus casei, and for kefir the bacteria used is Lactobacillus caucasus. Okay. Next is vegetable based fermented food, which include sauerkraut and tempeh. So first thing is the substrate used is cabbage. So it is a kind of tangy and acidic flavored and the microorganism responsible for fermenting this particular sauerkraut is Leuconostoc mesenteroids. And next product is tempeh. The substrate used is soybean, and the microorganism responsible for fermentation of tempeh is Aspergillus species. Next is beverage based fermentation food. There are two beverage based fermentation food. First is sake and next is wine. For sake fermentation, the substrate used is rice. Okay, and the fermenting microorganism is Aspergillus oryzae. Next, for wine, the substrate used is grapes, and the bacteria responsible for fermentation is the microorganism responsible for fermentation is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Okay, next is we are going to see vinegar. Vinegar is nothing but it's an fermented ethanol. So ethanol will be fermented in the presence of acetic acid bacteria. So vinegar is a fermented food, and the bacteria responsible for fermentation of vinegar is Acidobacter and Dulconobacter. Okay, so please remember the microorganism name correctly. At least try to remember the microorganism name for curd, buttermilk, and yogurt and cheese. Next, we will be seeing about the radioisotopes. So radioisotope that are currently used in biological research. This is also an important topic. So first radioisotope is carbon-11, which will be tagged with glucose in order to monitor organs during PET scan and MRI scan. Next is carbon-14. It is used for carbon dating in archaeology field and photosynthesis. It is used to study plant photosynthesis. In addition to that, it is used to study metabolic changes associated with diabetes, gout, and anemia. Next is gallium-67, which is used for imaging your tumor, as well as it is used for locating inflammatory lesions during infections. Next is krypton-81, which is used for pulmonary ventilation analysis and diagnosis of asthma, and also it is helpful in diagnosing lung disorder. Next is phosphorus-32, which is used in the detection of eye tumors and ocular cancers. Next is selenium-75, which is used as a selenomethionine, and it is generally used to monitor the production of digestive enzyme. Next is strontium-85, which is used to study the bone formation. Okay, next is hydrogen-3 or tritium, which is used to measure the water content in body. Next is cobalt-60, which is used in radiation therapy in cancer. And next is cobalt-57, which is used as a marker to estimate the size of organ. In addition to that, it is also used in vitro diagnostic test. Next radioisotope is iodine-131. Iodine-131 is used for urinary tract obstruction diagnosis. Okay. Next is also used for studying abnormal liver function. Next, iodine-125 is used for estimating the glomerular filtration rate of kidney, and it is also used for diagnosing the deep vein thrombosis of leg. And this iodine-125 is used in an immunological assay called radioimmunoassay. So this radioimmunoassay is a technique which is used to detect the hormone present in tiny amount in the body. Next is iodine-123. It is used for diagnosing your thyroid gland function. Next is sodium-24. It is used to locate blood clot during any kind of accidents, and it is also used to study circulation of blood, and also it is used to study how heart is pumping and how about the heart function. Next is thallium-201, which is used to detect your tumor. In addition to that, it is also used to detect any damaged cardiac cells. Next is iron 59, which is used in the treatment and diagnosis of anemia, and it is also used to diagnose pregnancy disorder. And this iron 59 is also used to study iron metabolism in spleen. Next is technetium 99, which is used to detect the damaged heart cells, and it is also used to locating brain tumor. Next is gold 198 is used for curing cancers. So this gold 198 is used in the form of seeds, and it is used for internal radiotherapy. Okay, so they will be incorporating the gold inside the body. Okay, so you should note that. And it is generally used for curing cervical cancer, prostate cancer, breast cancer, and skin cancer. Where in case of prostate cancer means they will be incorporating this gold in a form of seed into the prostate gland, and there it will be acting. It will be curing the cells, cancer cell. It will be destroying the cancer cell. Next is mercury 197, which is used for kidney scan, and holmium 166, which is used for detecting liver tumors, and copper 64, which is used for the treatment and diagnosis of genetic diseases like Wilson and Merck disease. So both the diseases are due to copper metabolism. If you take Wilson disease, in Wilson disease there will be a excessive overload of copper. In Merck's disease there will be a little amount of decrease in copper content. So that's why they are using this particular copper 64 to diagnose genetic diseases like Wilson and Merck disease. Next we'll be seeing the half-life of various radioisotopes used for biological studies. So half-life is nothing but it is generally time required for a quantity of radioisotope to decay by half. Okay, so generally those radioisotopes that are used for biological research will be having a lesser amount of half-life, so that the presence of radiation will be getting decreased, or else if the radiation is present, then ultimately it will be destroying the body. Okay, so first half-life of carbon 11 is 20 minutes, but half-life of carbon 14 is 5730.4 years. And half-life of gallium 67 is 78 hours, and half-life of krypton 81 is 13 seconds. And half-life of phosphorus 32 is 14.3 days, and half-life of selenium 75 is 120 days. And half-life of strontium 85 is 25 days, and half-life of hydrogen 3 is 12.4 years. Just think, hydrogen 3, the half-life is 12.4 years, and cobalt 60, the half-life is 5.3 years, and for cobalt 57, the half-life is 272 days. Next, the regarding to half-life, the half-life of iodine 135. So half-life of iodine 131 is 8 days, and half-life of iodine 125 is 60.4 days, and half-life of sodium 24 is 15 hours. So that's why they are used for studying blood circulation and heart pumping function. The half-life of thallium 201 is 72 hours, and half-life of iron 59 is 46 days, and the half-life of technetium 99 is 6 hours. And for gold, the half-life is just 2.7 days. That's why they are used for internal radiotherapy. The half-life of mercury 197 is 47.2 days, and the half-life of holmium 166 is 26 hours, and the half-life of copper 64 is 13 hours. So these are the half-life of various isotopes used in biological research. So we can study few other topics important for GATE examination in our upcoming videos. Thank you friends. Thanks for watching this video.